Hello and welcome to Atheism versus Logic. I hope you're having a good day. And I want to talk to you about microRNA, which I actually just discovered today. I was thinking about making a video called Atheism versus GPS, talking about how each cell knows where it is in the body of a multicellular organism. And so it knows what genes to express and how to function for the benefit of that organism. But then I came across this video that I really want you to watch. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description. On Facebook, it's above, and it's a great visual of how microRNA is used in having a cell express different traits, different genes, so that it can function the way it's supposed to function as different different cells that makes up different tissues and different organs and so on, and different systems in a multicellular organism. But man, it's just amazing. And so here's where I think atheism fails, is atheism fails at the molecular level. When you think about what it would take for chemistry, which really atheism, from what I can tell, is really the belief in chemistry. I believe God created organisms and these amazing mechanisms inside of them, and it really comes down to atheist or materialist believe that chemistry did it. Because, of course, natural selection, it can't create anything. Natural selection merely selects what is working, and so you need chemistry to produce these functional machines and these functional, really it's programmed. So you'll see in this video that it mentions various proteins and enzymes, and I want you to realize what a protein is. A functional protein is made up of typically hundreds of amino acids in very specific sequences for it to have that function. But not only is this video that you're going to watch on microRNA involving many of these molecular machines, they are programmed to do what they're supposed to do. So this is where I believe atheism fails. Number one, scientists have not been able to observe a functional protein arising without the use of other functional proteins. The only thing that could be a loophole in that is the amyloid protein, which is typically a misfolded protein that causes aggregation, and apparently that is used and is beneficial in some organisms, but it is kept in check by other organisms. So, the whole protein first hypothesis, I believe, is debunked because amyloid proteins would just cause aggregation if unchecked by other functional proteins. So they've never been able to observe non-amyloid proteins arising without the use of other proteins, like the ribosome, especially in the chaperonins that help the polypeptide chains fold properly. So think about that as you watch this video, that these proteins it keeps mentioning to copy a section of DNA and make it into the microRNA, and then the different proteins that transport it around. These are very specific machines, specific proteins from functional sequences that have never been observed outside of a living cell. So to believe that those could come about by chance is unscientific, and it's illogical. And then you've got not only that they exist, but that they are working together. Look at how many different proteins are used in having the microRNA do its job. So I hope you're honest with yourself, and really everything that you observe, everything that you hear about, when you hear about the idea of a common ancestor, and that by accident, by simple chemistry and accidents, that life could come about, and then of course that all life came from a common ancestor, and therefore over time organisms became more complex because they accidentally got things right, I think is a joke. Atheism, I think, is a sick joke. I think materialism is a sick joke, especially when we see what's happening at the molecular level, especially after all the progress of quantum physics. But it's just a sick joke. This idea of a common ancestor, I think, is a sick joke. It might sound good when you're not looking at the molecular level, but when you do look at what would have to happen, that chemistry would have to accidentally get functional proteins right, and that would accidentally have to get them to work together, I think is a joke. So I think atheism is a sick joke, and I think if you study and watch this video on microRNA, you would have to lie to yourself to not come to the same conclusion. So I hope you don't lie to yourself. Be honest. I am going to work on approaching biochemists and other scientists and I'm hoping to be able to get some of them on video and interviewing them and asking them these tough questions, because I don't think any of this is observed. They've got to prove their case. If they think chemistry can produce functional proteins, then show me. If you think chemistry can get proteins to work together, then show me. Right now, all we see is that life comes from life, and it's logical to believe that there is a creator of life, because we don't see these things happening. We don't see machines make themselves, and we don't see machines learn to work together without a programmer. So anyway, watch this video that I've posted in the description and above on Facebook, and I hope you have a good day, and I hope you're honest. Remember, deism is an option. This is not to get you to Christ immediately. This is just to help you follow the evidence to get you to believe that we were created, and then just keep following the evidence after that.